Live on SensorTube. Nice. Hi everyone, this is chycho. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another live stream. I hope you're doing well. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, and we're doing an open discussion live stream. Salutations, Harper Tarp. How are you doing? Elder God Wednesday stream. We're going to try to make this a regular stream. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna do a couple more just to make sure it works, and then we're in. MC, how are you doing? Citizen G Citizen 6 euro. The X was throwing me off. You were just to join our matrix server. Welcome to our matrix server. MGC819. Salutations. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another live stream, gang. So much going on. Holy schmolies. Bushido Brown, salutations. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna do my quick little intro, Speedy Gonzalez style, so we can get the thumbnail and just get into the discussions and stuff. Yes, it's me. Yeah, for sure. So thanks for joining. I've heard from other people that Matrix is a little bit tough to join, but it is what it is. So far it's working for us. We can talk about whatever we want, so it's working out okay. It's a nice little community we got. Technique, salutations, hope you're doing well. Salute. So let me do my little intro thing here. Gang, if you want to follow this work, we're on Patreon, Substack, Subscribestar. You can follow the work there. We do have a matrix space that you can join our little community. We added one today, so that's good. Citizen 6 Europe, welcome to our matrix space. We are live streaming on Twitch, on SensorTube, on BitChute, and on DLive. But one notice about DLive, we're doing a comic book haul, and there were some risque comic books, and I think they put our channel, they flagged our channel as 18 and over. So we'll see if we're gonna add on other platforms to live stream on. But if the stream starts having hiccups, most likely we're gonna kill DLive before the rest. Okay, just because for showing comic books, they're giving us an 18 plus thing. It's like what do you call it? Seduction of the innocent type of crap. Eyes peel, salutations, hey chycho, hope you're well, doing well. Thank you very much. Void hook, salutations, checking in, boss. Salute. DLive betrayed me, Elder God. Hilarious. Gang, we're on Twitter, we're on Minds, we're on True Social, we're on Substack Notes, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Gab, and we're on Getter. You can definitely follow us there and all those platforms, and any other platforms we end up joining, which I'm pretty sure there will be more to come. Odyssey is great for streaming. Maybe we'll start streaming on Odyssey. Maybe I'll add Odyssey. I think I tried Odyssey before. I can't remember. So maybe we'll add Odyssey. I'll look into it. But we're gonna add the XMR chat and Nostr on there. I do watch the Gray Zone on Odyssey when they stream at times, and then there's other people that stream there. But I think some people have a hard time streaming on Odyssey because it's intensive. It requires a lot of bandwidth, from what I understand. So people were sort of saying that it's not the ideal platform to live stream on, whatnot. But we'll look into it. I'll look into it. Especially since we got the adult tag on the live, and if facts truth be adult, so they are. It never goes down. Yeah, it has with me a couple times, but not often, way less than all the other ones, right? Peyton Cantrell, how are you doing? Let's go, finally caught a stream. What's up, chycho? Salute. And gang, salute to the mods and salute to the community and salute to all of you that join our live streams and everyone that's supporting this work in whichever capacity you can. I'll say it at the beginning of the stream: like and share the stream, comment or whatever it is you need to do, because we are definitely shadow banned on censor too. Okay, salute gang, salute. Citizen 6 Europe, yeah, I upload everything. By the way, these live streams are uploaded on Rumble and Odyssey either the day of the stream or the next day, the latest. So we do upload everything to Rumble and Odyssey. Okay, everything goes there. Did he start on the other platforms? No, I started on CensorTube. I started my first video I uploaded, I think, on CensorTube was 2000 and CensorTube being YouTube, right? If you're not familiar with my what we call CensorTube, 2006 was the almost 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. Wow, wow, wow. And then once censorship kicked in on CensorTube in a big way, we started uploading to BitChute, and then we started uploading to Odyssey and Rumble. Okay, and for a certain period of time I was uploading way more content on BitChute, Rumble and Odyssey. Everything was going there and not everything was going to CensorTube, because CensorTube, Matrix is like a free speech Discord type of platform, right? But Discord was censoring. So we were on Discord. We almost had 1,000 people on our Discord channel server, but Discord knocked off the deplatform Ice Age Farmer, and they started censoring stuff and deplatforming people. They hadn't censored us or deplatformed us, but we left. You know, we told people we're out. They're censoring people. They're knocking people out. Fucked up. We went to Gilded, and then Roadblocks bought Gilded, and they needed authorization through Roadblocks, and it was like, okay, well, I did it because it was our space, right? I think Elder God did it too, but most people didn't. So we said, okay, the hell with Gilded. They're gonna get censored, and Roblox is discontinuing Gilded anyway. So we went to Matrix after that, right? Yeah, we're on Matrix. We've already did the move. Like, I don't know how long we've been there, Elder God. I forget. Chycho, what do you consider as censorship? Censorship of thought, speech. I consider prohibitions a form of censorship, right? So prohibition and censorship are the same thing in my book, and that's just centralized power, controlling information, controlling your health, controlling your foods, controlling who you can do trade with, commerce, how you can live your life, what you can think. That's censorship. If you abide, if you support censorship, you're a slave. That's it. I believe in freedom. Free human being. Non-sequency ensues. Non-singularity ensues. I've been banned from Discord for going on 3 years now. Yeah, I haven't been banned. We just left because it's a censored platform, right? That's all. Live stream today. This is a pleasant surprise. Yeah, Ben Ray, we're going to try to live stream every Wednesday as well. So in addition to Sundays, we're going to try to add the Wednesday live streams as well. I'm going to do a couple of more what do you call it, couple more test tries, and make sure it fits my schedule well, and then we're off to the races, right? Which is good. It's good to be off to the races. Fun gang, a lot of stuff going on, crazy stuff going on. One of the biggest news is a game changer. Like, talk about putting nails in the coffin. Like, Europe is already done for, right? Europe is already like economically annihilated. It's the century of humiliation for Europe, right? But Alanchin, I'll read your comment regarding hostage trade, that, but just regarding Europe, how bad the situation is, how much money is just leaving Europe and the Western world in general. Holland seized the Chinese semiconductor company, which was a branch of Wing Tech or something like this in China, a bigger company. So forget about nationalizing resources, where Venezuela came and nationalized the oil resources and like just resources of the nation, oil, minerals, and stuff like this, and the Western world had a hissy fit. Forget about Iran nationalizing the oil in 1953 when Mossadegh came into power, right? That's the people's energy, oil, minerals, and stuff like this, right? And the Western world throws a hissy fit and starts wars and coups and annihilates millions of people because the people had the gall to nationalize their resources, right? Holland, on behest of the United States of America, so United States of America told Holland, demanded that Holland seize a Chinese semiconductor company. So they seized the building, fired all the top management, took over the company, the manufacturing company, or the building, right? Took over all the shares of the company. I haven't checked to see stocks or whatever. Took over the shares of the company, for one, understand. So they just basically took over a Chinese semiconductor company in Holland on behest of the United States of America. Let me ask you this: if you're a country outside of the Western world, would you invest a single penny inside the EU? Absolutely not. And if you have any investments in the EU, you would be looking to liquidate the shit ASAP. Get the fuck out. If you have any IP, any copyright, anything of value, you'd be calling in the movers and throwing everything into moving trucks in the middle of the night. Okay, taking it to the airport, putting it all on the planes. That includes everything, even the desks. You take everything, files, everything, throw it onto a plane and fly it back to China, or fly it back to Russia, or fly it back to any other country you want, right? So Europe was already done for. These are just more nails in the coffin of Europe to annihilate it. Keep in mind, the Holland did this on behest of the United States. United States just forced, I don't know what China did, they just said, fuck it, we're just gonna block out TikTok in the United States. But they sold TikTok to Zionists to censor American free speech, right? So they seized a Chinese company in the United States. They nationally seized a Chinese manufacturing semiconductor company in Holland. Fucking enormous what's happening, enormous, right? And I'll give you a disclaimer in regards to, because we're doing investing, finance, and stuff like this. Family is long mining company, silver and gold, and short. We sold one of the puts today, short 5 tech companies and one industry company, US stocks, right? The shit, in my humble opinion, the shit is about to hit the fan, and it's gonna blow people away. It's gonna blow people away. Okay. MC Bleach 101. If theoretically someone is stating, spreading information that's either false or dangerous, and whatever platform silence that, would you consider that a censorship? What MC Bleach, in the last 5 years, the rhetoric in the United States, in the Western world, in Canada, on all mainstream platforms, for politicians, so-called journalists, talking heads, doctors, they were spreading false information. We know that, 100% obvious now, right? They didn't just do that, they censored anyone that questioned them. They came out and said, wait a second, you want me to inject myself with a biological agent that has been rolled out under emergency use. So that means there's no treatment, even though there was treatment, right? Even though there was treatment, you said there was no treatment. That's why you were able to roll this out under emergency use. So no protection, gave immunity to our pharmaceutical industry. You want me to inject with myself with this novel injection? Can I ask you what's in it? Shut up. Shut up. Silence. You cannot ask questions. The centralized power has dictated that you must inject yourself because you're just a fucking cattle, right? That's what they did, right? The problem with you saying spreading in, someone is stating spreading information that is either false or dangerous. Who decides what's false? Those of us that were questioning the rollout of this new tech, that the creators of this thing had stated that it wasn't meant to be used for this purpose. They were testing people to give them false positive, and the person that created this test said that this test could not be used in this manner. Those of us who are questioning this thing were silenced on the pretense that it was false and dangerous information because we needed to protect grandma. Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. No censorship, no prohibition. If you have an idea, then bring it up to the table, present your case. If someone wants to challenge it, let them bring their ideas, present their case. No gatekeepers for humanity. If proven time and again and again and again and again and again and again throughout fucking history, centralized power putting gatekeepers for the flow of information. What they do, they prevent information from passing through that challenges their power. That's called fucking tyranny and makes you a fucking slave. Cattle at best. No censorship, no prohibition. Anyone that wants to silence you, if they want to silence you with force, you have 100% the right to fuck them up. End of story. Okay. I can't believe people still come on here and even have fucking, don't have the fucking hindsight for 5 years, let alone for fucking centuries, to figure out what centralized power has done on the pretense of censorship and prohibition, protecting grandma, protecting children, to humanity, right? Are you guys fucking kidding me? Haven't we gone past this bullshit yet? Holy shit. Holy shit. I gotta read Alan Chin's comment on Twitch, because I said I was gonna address it. Alan Chen on what was the hostage trade crap? As it stands, I don't care about anything Trump says relating to the Middle East. Guy just proved to be an idiot. Guy, he for sure is an idiot, but he's a puppet, right? And the hostage trade deal with Hamas and stuff like this, basically Hamas from day one, Palestinians from day one have said that Israel is holding men, women, and children, that they are torturing, that they are raping in their fucking black sites, which are really so-called prisons, but torture chambers, right? They're fucking brutalizing thousands of Palestinians, and they have done this for decades. They come into little villages and kidnap children, men, and women, right? They take them to their fucking concentration camps that are outside of the larger concentration camp, which is Gaza and the West Bank, right? They take them there, they torture them, they rape them, they brutalize them, right? For decades, some of them, right? Palestinians have said, we want our hostages back. We want our people back. And the Trump administration, the European Union, the Western world is fucking Zionist occupied governments, and what they've done, they've used Western taxpayer money to fucking genocide the Palestinians and wage war in multiple nations in the Middle East and assassinate people across the globe, right? Unfucking believable what just took place with Trump at the Knesset. Unfucking believable. Trump, MAGA, the MAGA fucking talking head that was supposed to be make America great again, went into the Knesset, okay, and stood there and said the reason that the United States of America moved its embassy to Jerusalem, and the reason that the United States of America gave the Golan Heights, Syrian land, to Israel, recognized as Israeli territory, is because a man and a woman, husband and wife, that are billionaires, that have $60 billion in the bank, they called up the president of the United States and said, we're coming in to see you, motherfucker, right? And the president went, well, I'm the president, but come on down, right? They went there and they said, hey, Trump, you little turd, recognize the Golan Heights as Israeli and move your embassy to Jerusalem, the US embassy to Jerusalem. And Trump said, yes, master, right? So Trump in the Knesset just stated that MAGA was total bullshit, right? Because he didn't do this for the interest of the United States. He did this because Zionist pieces of shit billionaires that don't give a rat's ass about humanity told him to do it. Now everyone's talking about, oh, is it Israel that controls the United States, or is it the United States that controls Israel? Trump just told us that Israel controls the United States of America. So the capital of the United States of America is not Washington, D.C., it's Tel Aviv. Okay, wrap your head around that. Hey, Americans, I hate to fucking be this harsh, but you're not masters of your own country. Israel is your masters. You have two choices: bend the fucking knee, take it up the chute, kiss their fucking feet, or stand up for your own fucking country. Okay, what the fuck? Are you guys raising family? Do you have kids? Do you want them to be slaves? Do you want them to be cannon fodder? Because now we know that United States invaded Iraq because Israel told them to. United States annihilated Libya because Israel told them to. United States destroyed Syria because Israel told them to. Americans, are you willing to become cannon fodder for your fucking masters? Or are you going to go Haiti on their asses? Are you going to rise the fuck up? Right? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Mr. Rifty, thank you very much for the super chat on Censor 2. I refer to Trump as the deputy Israeli prime minister at large. 100%. But he's not the deputy Israeli prime minister at charge. Israel owns the United States of America. They own it. Right? They think they own it, or at least they own your Congress, they own your politicians, they own your media, they own Hollywood, they own Wall Street, right? They own your centers of power. There's been revolutions throughout history. Take it fucking back. It's your land. They're incorporated in your country. Why the fuck does Israel control it? Take your countries back. Take your corporations back. Bring back free speech into your country. It's fucking insane. What happened at the Knesset with Trump should have fucking boiled your blood if you're American. Right? Salute, gang. I missed a lot of chat. I'm all the way down to the bottom. Unbelievable what took place. Unbelievable, man. Dramas, dramas. Gang, sorry I missed a lot of chat, but if there's anything directed towards me, please let me know. I'm just scrolling up Speedy Gonzalez style. Too much chat for me to read Speedy Gonzalez style. Liberty 88, how are you doing? Hey Chycho, how do you feel about the comics doing the riot? I don't know. Riot Comedy Fest. I don't know. I feel like art transcends all things, and comedians, musicians, and artists should share their work freely to all. Am I wrong? No, I agree with you 100%. That's why I don't put anything behind a paywall. Everything's free, right? If you have the means to support me, support me. Like the video, like the stream, share, do whatever. But I do this because it's my passion. I share my work. Why would I put it behind a paywall? Why would I not freely share it? Sure, if I need to make a living, maybe I'll make some things, you know, not behind paywall, but certain things special for those who support me, right? But I don't, because I don't rely on the revenue being made here. That's for sure. There was potential for it, but we got shadow banned on CensorTube, and the technocrats control the payout platforms. They censor people, they deplatform people. PayPal deplatforms people, doesn't allow people to do transactions, right? So I'm not going to put my eggs in this technocratic basket, because I'm not going to silence my voice, right? Because the technocrats tell me that I can't call genocide. I can't question injections. I have no right to my own body. Fuck that noise. So I don't put my all eggs in this basket. A lot of people did. They were foolish, right? One thing I've mentioned from the get-go in our personal finance videos that we started, right, which is like 10-12 years ago, I can't remember when we started it, right, over a decade ago, I guess. I said the best thing you can do for yourself to become anti-fragile is decentralize, right? Decentralize. Make sure you have multiple streams of revenue. That way you're a free human being, and I choose to be a free human being, even though it affects my finances, for sure, right? Fuck it. Money's not the end all and be all of everything. Okay. Mr. Rifty, you can do something you like for money, but you have to do what you love for free. Yeah, fantastic, Mr. Rifty. You guys say it way faster than I do. Alan Chen, yeah, I mean, it's been a steady decline for a while, but ever since COVID, it's been going down vertically 100%. Adramas, have you seen this? Chycho? Policy enforcement labels people who are constitutional scholars and are informed of federal laws and constitutional rights. The cops, quote, "Oh, so you're a sovereign citizen," end quote, when they themselves don't even know what a sovereign citizen or what sovereign or citizen is. 100%. Police have been proven in the Western world just to be enforcers of power, right? They don't give a rat's ass about rights, law. They don't care. We had police in Canada body tackle a 13-year-old that was skating on ice, playing ice hockey in Canada, because the government said no one is supposed to play outdoors. What the fuck? What the fuck? Right? In a just society, the citizens of that fucking town, the village, the city would have risen up, arrested those two cops, put them on trial for crimes against children, and I personally would have thrown them in jail for 20 years for being red rats and abiding by dictates of psychopaths. What the fuck? Right? Going hard today, but fuck, this called for. Right, Liberty 8. I was referring to the kickback that comedians were getting to perform at a new comedy fest in Saudi Arabia. Bill Maher, Lewis C. Clark, and many others went and are getting a lot of hate for it. For me, I wouldn't perform for the House of Saud. The House of Saud is Zionist, CIA, MI6 controlled, and they supporting genocide. Fuck the House of Saud, right? But that's me. I don't, you know, it's just what it is. You know, I like my kitty cats, I like my comic books. I live a simple life, but an informed life, and I try to live an honorable life, right? Bill Maher, fuck Bill Maher. I wouldn't even fucking use Bill Maher to wipe my ass. Fuck. XNF, Zionist influence is built on scams. Pretty easy for those to disappear. Them wasting a bunch of money on Paramount CBS is kind of good news. Hilarious. Bareface man, how are you doing? This stream is just too smart for normal people. Too much content. They don't want to think about or understand. But it's a nice bubble. It's a nice bubble. I appreciate it. Finish, dude. How are you doing? Hey, Chycho. Maybe a difficult one, but I personally get a little depressed and anxious while keeping up with what's going on in the world. Any advice on how to keep up with the world without ruining my mental health? Yeah, look, gang, I can appreciate this. What Finish dude is saying, right? It's fucking heavy. What's going on is heavy, but please appreciate that these are revolutionary times. Times like this don't occur. Periods like this don't occur every decade, every quarter of a century, or every half a century. Times like this, what we're going through right now, occur every couple of centuries, right? So the information coming through is extremely rapid, right? And it's happening all over the place, and it's on multiple fronts, right? So one thing you can do to sort of stay sane in this insane world that we live in is, first of all, understand what your core principles are, right? Understand what your core principles are. Do not move too rapidly through news in terms of your reactions to what's happening, right? Don't allow a lot of noise to get you all riled up where you're fucking tweaked at this level, and it's going to be very hard to bring it down, right? Which is what has happened with a lot of people regarding what has taken place in the Middle East for the last little while, right? For the last two and a half years, right? Specifically in relation to the propaganda machine that kicked into high gear regarding October 7th, because a lot of people went all in on what Hamas did to Israel. They killed people in the festival, they beheaded babies, they burned, they cooked them alive, they fucking raped chickens. I don't know what the fuck they were saying, and people bought into that bullshit. They got riled up. Within a few weeks, we realized fucking very few of that shit happened. There was one, from what I understand, Scott Ritter states this as well, only one baby was killed during October 7th. Israelis came on and said they were beheading babies left and right and raping them and doing fucking cooking them, for fuck's sakes. Right? People got riled up. They went all in on that, right? Now, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, we know that it didn't happen, right? But they were all in. So how are they going to fucking not go all in, right? That must be fucking stressful. Some people went all in and they pulled it back. They realized they were lied to. Now they're truth speakers, or they're trying to become truth speakers, catch up to the news, right? So Finish dude is asking, how do you keep your mental health without, how do you follow the news without ruining your mental health? One of the things you have to do is don't get riled up. Don't become an emotional yo-yo. Don't allow them to play with you. So what you need to do is stop following news in terms of click, swipe. I don't even fucking do that. I just I don't consume news on a phone or anything. I read long extended articles, long interviews, long lectures, because they bring everything together, right? For you to be able to have a good understanding of what's happening in the world, you can't just be following 2-minute segment news, 5-minute segment news. You can't just be following news coming from one source or two sources, right? You need to have a perspective coming to you from all angles. Okay, get a hold of your emotions. Really detest those podcasters, those news channels, those journalists, those politicians that try to pull on your emotional strings to play with you, right? Because you're not a puppet. Okay, don't act like one, don't become one. A lot of people are, right? So slow down and consume information that's extended, long format information. Connect everything up into domestic politics, geopolitics, economics, investing, right? And your community, right? And make sure you have a really good grasp of all of those things, which means you have to become polymath, right? You have to be what do you call it, be able to put the bigger picture together, consuming information from different genres, from different systems, from different industries, and put it together for yourself in a way that you're not being emotionally played, right? That's the best advice I can give you, right? So basically, slow down, forget about this. I know they have their place, you know, these 2-minute videos, the TikTok videos, censor tube speed videos, or what the fuck they are, right? Memes are great, amazing, but make sure you understand the meme inside out. And if there's a flaw in the meme, don't share that meme, right? I've seen memes coming out where 4 out of the 5 things that are stated in the meme are correct, but the 5th one is very false. I don't share those memes, or try not to share those memes. Okay, so you have to be your own sort of, what do you call it, quality control person, right? And think about what's happening. One of the things you need to do for sure is step away from the news coming in, take some time off to yourself to be able to process that information, right? So make sure you have enough time to think about what's happening. So if you're interested in geopolitics, right, if you're interested in geopolitics, wars and stuff like this, and as well as economics, right, you should have a map of the world on your wall. When you consume information from different countries doing different things, go to the wall and look at it. Just stand there for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, and look at where things are and try to put it into perspective. And then don't just consume the geopolitics, the war aspect of things. Consume information from the economic front as well, because you can't separate politics and economics, right? Finished, dude. Sorry if this was a long answer, but there's no easy way to go about this. The solution is to consume more information, but extended information, and to slow down and don't consume information where these journalists, podcasters, politicians are playing with your emotions. Okay. First time chat on Twitch. That TZ4, 100% Chycho. People need to get away from getting their news from sound bites and 2-minute articles. This passionate, critical evolution of news and information is super important in this day and age. Yeah, 100%. Philosophy of memes, methodology of memes. Cheap advisor of mnemonics. Most people can't see past their local Walmart, much less. I don't give a shit about most people. I care about me, my family, my friends, my loved ones, and our community, right? Fuck most people. There's a lot of people that eat McDonald's. Fuck their choice. If they're adults, let them eat McDonald's. Fuck them. They're red rats. I'm not gonna stand in front of McDonald's and go, don't eat this, it's not fucking food. You're fucking yourself up. What, you should be arrested for taking your children to McDonald's and feeding them that shit. That's child abuse, man. Right? Not that I would. Not that I would. Senior Fabio on the Israel-Palestinian issue. Is it fair to say that both sides have done enough bad that both have lost reason on whatever claims they had against each other? Genocide is unjustified, though. No, you're incorrect, Mr. Fabio. On the Israel-Palestinian issue, I'm going to read your comment again. On the Israel-Palestinian issue, is it fair to say that both sides have done enough bad that both have lost reason on whatever claims they had against each other? No. Israel's fucking committing genocide. Palestinians are not committing genocide anymore. Palestinians are being genocided. Palestinians were occupied, and occupied people have the right to resist their occupiers. That includes with violence. Okay, that includes with violence. If someone comes and occupies my home, I have the right, maybe not in Canada because we're a fucking red rat country, right? But you should have the right to resist your occupiers that have come over, taken your home. That includes using violence to kick them out, right? The occupier has no right to go and rape your children and your wife and torture you and your children and your wives because they want to occupy your home, right? Which is what Israel has done. Israel is going to be paying for its crimes that is committed not just in the last 2.5 years, but for the last 75 years, for centuries to come. Israel is literally the most vile, disgusting society in human history. They rape men, women, and children, film themselves doing it, and share it with the world and cheer themselves. No society has ever done this. They have never ever sodomized their prisoners in jail, videotaped themselves, shared it on social media proudly, stating that we rape our prisoners, may they be men, women, or children, doesn't matter, we will kill them all. No society has ever fucking done this. You can't put Israelis and Palestinians in the same boat and say they both committed horrendous crimes. What the fuck? What the fuck? Please appreciate this. 85% of Israelis wanted to genocide Gaza harder. That means at least 8 out of 10 Israelis you meet are supremacist, racist, genocidal fucking psychopaths that will rape you, your partner, and your children, torture you, and then they'll turn to their partner and say, we should have done it harder. That's who Israelis are. There is 15% that maybe 10% maybe that said, oh, we've genocided enough. Probably around 5% that said, okay, but we can't commit genocide. So next time you meet an Israeli, right? Next time you meet an Israeli in your travels, your hometown, look at them and ask them, are you part of the 85%? 8 out of 10 Israelis wanted to genocide Gaza harder. Just fucking wrap your head around that. Okay. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Yeah, XMF says literally had riots in support of the right to sexually assault hostages. Look at the hostages. I mean, if you wanna look at Palestinians, Gazans, and Israelis to see what kind of morality they have, what kind of human beings they are, their compassion, who they are, right? Look at the Palestinian hostages that Israel just released, thousands of them, right? Look at the condition that they were in. They went in as human beings, thinking, healthy, that could walk, talk, look at you in the eye, express their emotions, express an idea. And they were released. Have you seen the videos? Fucking distorted chunks of meat that their brains are now mush. That's what happens to you in Israeli custody. Look at the hostages that the Gazans were holding in Gaza as they were being genocided. Bombs fucking dropping. Hamas designated 1, 2, 5, whatever number was, to protect the hostage, and the Gazans protected the Israeli hostages. Were the Israeli hostages being released, one of them kissed the head of the Palestinian for taking care of him. That's the difference between Palestinians and Israelis. Okay, that's the fucking difference between Palestinian and Israelis. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, and then you had Trump, the president, so-called president of the United States, go into Knesset, stand there and say, yes, America sent all the weapons Israel requested for them to genocide Gaza. The guy fucking stood there and said, Bibi would call me up and say, hey, give me this weapon, give me this weapon, give me this weapon. I didn't even know what they were, but I got it to them, and you did the job, and you knew how to use it, and you used it well. Oh my fucking God. Oh fuck. Are Americans really wrapping their heads around what the president of the United States just said? Holy fuck. Like seriously, I've been blown away for a long time, like watching what's happening for decades now. But what's been transpiring in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's not like one veil being lifted, it's like fucking multiple veils lifted. It's like the whole, like, fucking nobody's wearing clothes. It's not just the emperor is not wearing clothes, nobody's wearing clothes. It's like, and these people are proud of it. Oh man, when it's time to pay the piper, oof, it's gonna be devastating. And I think we're seeing it unfold right now, to the truth. Okay, Mr. Fabio, thanks for the insights. The Jews claim that they have bought the land and pushed them out. It's not Jews, it's Zionists. It's Zionists. Okay, and a lot of them, if you do a DNA test, like, as far as I understand, in Israel, DNA testing is prohibited. You can't DNA test, because a lot of those people, Zionists, that went to Israel, they're not really true Jews. Okay, they're the Khazarian mafia. They're Ashkenazi Jews, so-called Jews from Europe, right? Like Netanyahu's Polish. He changed his name to Benjamin Netanyahu. Most of the people that are living in Israel right now that call themselves Jews, they're not Jews. They're Europeans. The European Ashkenazis or European Khazarian mafia, right? They have no ancestral DNA link to the Middle East, none whatsoever. It's like fucking zero. It's like fucking zero, right? They have no ancestral right to any lands in the Middle East. It's a Zionist colonial state built on genocide, okay, determined to continue to genocide the Middle East to create the greater Israel. Why? Because they want the fucking resources. End the fucking story. That's it. It's the colonial playbook, fucking chapter 1, paragraph 1. Like, that's what it is. It's fucking joke and a half, but a horrendous joke being played on humanity. And personally, tell you the truth, I have no idea how in the world have we allowed them to get away with it so far, because I don't think they're going to be allowed to continue to do this, right? Citizen 6 Europe, I have to say something unpopular. The Israeli hostages looked much worse than the Palestinian prisoners. No, they not the ones I saw. Oh, you mean the ones that Israel blew up? Oh, hold on. Palestinian prisoners worse than the Palestinian prisoners. So the ones Israel was holding look worse than the ones Palestinians were holding, right? Did I read that correctly? I don't know, right? I'm not sure if that's what you meant. It was fucking crazy, man. Holy cow. Unbelievable. Amazing times, amazing times, amazing times, in a nasty way. Citizen 6 Europe, I got BBC News. Do not watch BBC News, seriously, gang. Not BBC, not CBS, not NBC, not don't listen to NPR, Fox News, CNN. Don't read the New York Times, the Washington Post. Why would you consume their bullshit? The Guardian, not even worth it, not even worth it. Strong buy on BitChute. We got a comment on BitChute. What is this? Robinhood prediction: 60-day government close is looking very good. Those 60-day government close contracts are really cheap right now. That was a safe bet. Trump will never open the government. Yeah, I do. You know what? Look, Trump's there to do a job. Why would they open the government? It's basically a dictatorship right now. Why would a dictator give up his powers? They wouldn't. Why would they? Psychopathic dictators. Crazy, right? Oh yeah, disclaimer. I don't know who's the person. Strong buy Robinhood. We have puts on Robinhood. I got puts on Robinhood. Fuck Robinhood. Citizen 6. Citizen 6. Okay, Citizen 6 Europe. I picked my name in honor of Edward Snowden. Nice. Citizen 6 is a documentary that came out on Edward Snowden, I believe, right? Is there any news organizations worth listening to? News organizations, the gray zone. If there's a news organization you want to listen to, it's an independent journalist, the gray zone. Go to the gray zone. They do live streams. Aaron and Max, Aaron Mate and Max Blumenthal. Citizen 4, not Citizen 6, Citizen 4. Yeah, that's why it threw me off. Citizen 4. Thank you. Aaron Mate, Max Blumenthal do like a 2-hour podcast every week, usually once a week at least. They have other video newses they release. They write a lot of articles. So the gray zone is fantastic, especially in regards to the Middle East and Latin America, okay, and U.S. domestic policy. Dialogue works if you like listening to long form interviews. Dialogue works is on BitChute and on CensorTube, and it's back on Rumble as well, I believe. Okay, so Dialogue works. Judge Napolitano is good for like half-an-hour interviews, which is pretty good, not bad. The Duran, go to the Duran. The Duran is fantastic. Katie Helper is very good as well. Okay, none of the mainstream news sources. Last Vagabond is pretty good too. Yeah, thank you very much. Sonomabel. Last American Vagabond is really good as well. Whitney Webb is fantastic for investigative journalism. There's so many, right? There's so many. Harry Vox, I don't know Harry Vox. MC, very good. What did you think? So MC is asking, what did you think about Pakistan's attack against Afghanistan. Trump came out last week and said they want Ebram. Hi, Via. Come here. Come here. Let me show you. This is Via. He's a whiny little kitty cat. Watch this. You squeeze him, he goes meow. He's like one of those squishy things. You go. He's hilarious. Okay, we gotta get serious. I gotta stop laughing because the war waging going on here, right? So MC is asking, what do you think about Pakistan's attack against Afghanistan? So last week Trump came out, last week or the week before, Trump came out and they said they want Agram Air Force Base back in Afghanistan. Why do they want the Air Force Base back in Afghanistan? Why does the United States want to go back into Afghanistan? Right? Well, because they want to insert themselves, right, in the middle of the Road and Belt Initiative going to between China and Iran, right? Because they're trying to they have Iran surrounded in large part, but not completely, right? The connections are still there, so they want to put themselves between Iran and China, right? So they want to go back into Afghanistan. And Trump came out, unbelievable. If you're a soldier, an American soldier, you'd want to piss on Trump right now, right? He came out and said the reason America lost Afghanistan and Vietnam is because we didn't fight hard enough. We didn't fight to win. Oh my fucking God. Right? So he wants the United States to get back into Afghanistan. Pakistan is CIA, MI6, Mossad controlled, right? Remember, they had elections. They brought in Imran Khan, and Imran Khan flew to Russia and said, look, we just want normal relationships. We want to stay neutral. And they had a military coup in Pakistan, and they arrested Imran Khan, put him in jail, right, on behest of the United States. So Pakistan is 100% controlled by CIA, MI6, Mossad. It's a Western puppet, right? So Trump says they want back into Afghanistan, right? The United States, we want to get back into Afghanistan. And yesterday and today, in the last couple of days, Afghanistan has come out and said that Pakistan came out and started bombing Afghanistan. Afghanistan supposedly sent a report to Russia saying that the Islamic attacks in Russia that occurred, they were done with the help of Pakistan. So what we're seeing right now is major fucking conflict brewing up, thanks to who? CIA, MI6, Mossad. They're kicking their proxies into gear, right? And remember, Pakistan just signed a mutual defense agreement with Saudi Arabia, right? Now remember, Osama bin Laden was Saudi Arabian, and he set up a base in Afghanistan. So this whole thing is fucking just a shit show. Just know this, everything that is happening right now in the Middle East, the conflicts that are brewing, that are happening, that are to come, right? It's all the work of MI6, CIA, and Mossad. That's what's going on. They're stirring the pot because they've lost complete control. Europe is in complete economic free fall. The United States is scrambling, just fucking scrambling to maintain their dollar dominance, right? And they're watching all their allies just falling, just collapsing, and they're not really helping them out. They're going, okay, we'll take this, we'll take this, we'll take this, we'll take this, do what we say. Holland being seizing the Chinese semiconductor company in Holland, right, on behalf of the United States. So what's happening with Pakistan and Afghanistan is a war brewing. The United States wants back in. They want to cut the link between China and Iran. Why? Because Iran is a target, right? They're fucking hair trigger away from trying to take out Iran. They're going to fail, but it's going to be such a magnificent, such an enormous fail that it's going to send the world into a fucking frenzy. Protect yourself. For the last few years, I've been telling everybody, buy gold and silver, buy gold and silver, get your hands on gold and silver, have enough food for 2 years, make sure you're anti-fragile, build your community, because when this thing fucking goes, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. Okay, and don't think of what's happening in Pakistan attacking Afghanistan as a single individual event. It's linked up and everything. It's just another pawn, and Pakistan is just a pawn. It's not even it's just on the front lines, right? It's the front row of the chess pieces. It's not the back row. It's not the horsey or the knight or the queen or anything like this. Pakistan is just the fucking pawn. It goes, right? James Arden, thank you for the super chat on CensorTube. Is Iran or Israel a better chess player in a geopolitical strategic sense? Iran by a long shot. Israel, they bought into their own bullshit, and the only thing Israel and the United States and the UK are able to do now is go scorched earth. So they're thinking short term. Iran is thinking in terms of centuries, decades and centuries. Israel, United States, UK was thinking longer term before, but UK is fucking free falling as well. So Israel and the United States are thinking in terms of weeks, months, years to a decade from now. Iran is thinking decades to centuries, right? And if you're going to play chess, you better have a fucking long-term strategy in mind. You better have if you're going to play masters level, you better have multiple moves planned out down multiple paths, right? By a long shot. Iran, Israelis are now completely fucked. They drank their own fucking Kool-Aid and they are screwed. They actually believe their bullshit that they're the chosen people, that they have the right to genocide humanity. That's who they are. Chiri, I think Iran, because history teaches us Iran are the best in warfare. Yeah, but Iranian regime seems like a bunch of ignorant people. No, that means you're watching mainstream corporate propaganda. Fixed gear. Yeah, no, don't watch mainstream corporate propaganda. It's garbage. First time chatter, but sucks. Chatterbox sucks. I don't know. Are you Persian? Armenian, Iranian, Canadian. Most of my life Canada, West Coast Canadian, really. Waban, how you doing? Chycho, give us the chance. Give us the chances that the U.S. invades Venezuela or topples Maduro. Topples Maduro is pretty high because they're going to bomb it. They're going to try to assassinate. Invade Venezuela? I don't think so, but they might place their people into positions. Like Venezuela, if the United States goes there, South America blows up. South America is going to blow sky high. You're going to see guerrilla warfare fucking everywhere. And if you're American, Western, living in South America, if the United States invades Venezuela, decapitates Venezuela, okay, goes after Venezuela and starts a war with a South American country, Latin American country, really. If you're American, European, living in Latin America, get the fuck out, because the United States just put a target on your ass and you might be either taken hostage for ransom money or just executed. Get out. If you're not indigenous to that region, get out if the United States does that. That's my recommendation. Woman, and what are the economic consequences, outcome? Or US dropping sanctions on Iran and Iran's oil flowing out? What's next for the barrel price? Oil through the roof, and US is not gonna United States of Israel is not going to lift sanctions on Iran. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Dr. Canine on CensorTube. In your opinion, who took out Kirk? I'm sure you've gone over this before. I've gone over this before. Israel killed him. Zionist Israel killed him. And the Zionists in the United States. So Kirk was taken out by Zionism. Zionists killed Kirk. Chatter sucks. Whatever, sucks 01. Iran lucky Israel didn't finish the job, bro. Iran's military is crap. Dude, you must be reading the Guardian or Wall Street Journal or New York Times. Good luck with that. Fuck. Bob on Twitch. I think that's Bob as well. No, it can't be Bob because this guy's writing like 6 or 7 words. Bob maximum was writing like 4 words, right? Wobbin, you don't think US might temporarily try to lower the barrel price to put pressure on Russia? They are. Like oil has come down, it's sitting around 58. This is bottom bouncing. This is bottom bouncing. Saudi Arabia and OPEC said they were going to increase oil production last month, I think, or a couple of months ago. They started increasing oil production, but oil price, even if it goes down, it's going to hurt US producers way more than it's going to hurt Russia. Like not even fucking close. Like US, they need oil prices to be extremely high. Same with Canada. Canada needs oil prices to be 65 or more to be profitable. Same with the United States. It's like 60, 65. So most US oil production is working in negative. Russia's still making money, right? No, you can't hurt Russia in terms of oil production. Like you can't. If oil prices completely collapses, House of Saud completely collapses. Like that's a US Israeli puppet regime, right? It's a no-win situation for United States in regards to dealing with oil. The only thing the United States can do, that they're trying to do with Venezuela, is to get their hands on more resources. That's the only thing that the United States can do. And Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, so they're going after that. Proven oil reserves in the world. It's going to take decades to be able to fucking extract it, right? To set up a whole industry of extraction. But there's going to be guerrilla warfare there. As soon as they set something up, it's going to be blown sky high. That would be my guess. If I was Venezuelan and the United States invaded my country and they brought in Shell and they set up these oil rigs to extract out my people's resources, to take it to the United States as they kill my people and occupy my land, what would I do? Fuck. Fixed gear. You used to have a map. Do you still have it? Yeah. I really like where is safer to live. The safest place to live is where you have most amount of rights. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Elder God, I agree with Chat 01 on this. It was a liberal fascist assassination, not a nationalist one. For Kirk, Israel did not kill Kirk. They were better off with him alive. You're wrong. The Jewish lobby put pressure on him, but wasn't to that point. No, because Kirk came out days before saying he's gonna pull his support from for Israel. He was about to pull his support for Israel, right? Because his base was sick and tired of it. Everywhere he was going, he was getting questions from his base support saying, "Hey, they're committing genocide. What's your take? What's your take on genocide? Why are you supporting Israel committing genocide? Why we want to go to war with Iran if we're MAGA?" No. His base, for me, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I see it, in my humble opinion, Israel took out Kirk. Elder God, the assassination was too messy for Mossad. JFK assassination was pretty fucking messy. Look at how many people Israel has killed in the last what 2 years. Fucking messy as fuck. Look at how they killed Hezbollah leadership. They blew up a residential building, dropping how many 25 fucking huge bunker buster bombs in a residential area. That's fucking messy. That turned a huge chunk of Lebanese, turned them away from Israel supporting Hezbollah, right? Look at what they've done in Gaza. That's messy as fuck. That's so fucking messy. Look at their propaganda right now. Fucking messy as fuck. Their propaganda is just garbage now. Like, fucking, they're trying to convince people to hate them based on their propaganda, which is something that, a theory that people have. Israel's propaganda is really meant to make people hate Jews, because the only nation in the world, the only people ideology that benefits from the rise of anti-Semitism is Zionism. So Zionists are the greatest anti-Semites there are, because they want more anti-Semitism in the world, because they want all Jews to move to Israel to be protected by Zionist Israel. Now, if you're a Jew, you got to be fucking insane to go to Israel. Like, they've proven that they'll kill you to fucking get a little sympathy from the world, right? That's what they did on October 7th. They killed most of the festival goers and they blamed it on Hamas. Now we know that most of the festival goers were killed by Israel. So, and they were Jewish. So Israel killed Jews to be able to start a genocide in Gaza. Well, fuck, if you're Jew, they don't give a shit about you, right? They don't care about you. They care about power. Herperdorp, with the amount of batshit leftists celebrating Kirk's death and encouraging others to be murdered, I don't think it's unlikely one maniac like Robinson would take it upon himself to do it without a conspiratorial plot behind it. Yeah, and fucking just on this point, there were a lot of teachers, kindergarten, elementary school, and high school teachers that celebrated Kirk's assassination, right? If that's not proof, that's not reason for you not to send your children to centralized indoctrination centers. I don't know what is, right? There's a little bit chit chat on BitChute. I'm going to read it. Bitcoin is pulling Doge and Pepe down along with it. Wow. How far has Bitcoin gone? I have nothing to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away. Haha. Bitcoin, okay. Plus of it. Bitcoin is honey trap. Bitcoin, I don't like Bitcoin no more. I don't like Bitcoin. Bird misled required. I am Bob. No, I am Bob. Funny. One man, a gay, and a gun. Funny. Sona. Charlie was dealt with on the plane. I believe he agreed to go along with faking his death. Possibly. I don't think so. I think there is the possibility he's still alive, right? But I tend to think of it this way: they took him out of the picture. They assassinated the persona of Charlie Kirk, right? Take America back. Take, what was it called? Take whatever it is. TP. Oh God, I forget the acronym now. So they assassinate the Charlie Kirk persona, that image. That person is gone. So if it was real life or not, he's gone. Sticks like MP. Stocks, you mean? Buy US rare earth stocks like MP. Turning Point, thank you. Turning Point USA. Yeah, thanks Herpedorp. Elder Charlie Kirk, the resurrection coming to cinemas 2027. Oh, hilarious. Gang, got chocolate chips for dessert, for not dessert but snacks, but it is dessert, right? We made turkey. We made turkey the other day, a couple of days ago. Been eating lots of turkey for the last 2 days. And chocolate chips. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was, for me, I resolved for myself what it meant, who did it, where it's going, why it was done. So Apache XOXO, what happened in Lebanon is what Lebanon is what they 5 trillion for the break the resistance down. US, Euro, all participate in the attack. In Lebanon right now? No. Apache, are they attacking Lebanon? I can't see them. Euros 5 trillion for the break the resistance down. They're trying to get the disarm Hezbollah and all that jazz. It's not going to happen. It's going into a civil war. Once that starts, my guess is Gaza, West Bank are going to flare up. Yemen's going to get into the game. Iran's going to get into the game. Turkey's going to get into the game. Syria's going to get into the game. You might see shit blow up in Saudi Arabia. I think the place is a tinderbox. Digital Mons. Did you see the report that India has agreed with Trump to stop buying Russian oil? No, I didn't see that. I can't see them agreeing. Maybe they'll just buy Iranian oil, Russian oil processed in Iran, buy it from there, and then sell it for 5 times the price to Europe. No, I haven't seen that yet. Propaganda is the front line of war, 100%. Fritz, how are you doing? Howdy, partner. How are you? When they killed the resistance leader. Oh, when they killed the resistance leader in Lebanon. Yeah. Right. They sent them how many? They dropped those bunker buster bombs on a residential building as the Hezbollah leadership got together to meet a peace deal that the United States supposedly had given them. So anything coming out of the United States and Israel, it's just bullshit. You like anything they say, forget about what they say. You prepare for what's coming, and what is coming is the war. We've mentioned this before. This is a war of annihilation. Either Zionism ends in the Middle East at least, or the world blows up. My money is that Zionism is going to end in the Middle East. Okay, because even if the world blows up, it will come back to haunt Zionism in the Middle East, and they will be eliminated. Zionism needs to end in the Middle East. Okay. My hope, not hope is not the right word, but I think the what should happen is one state where everybody has equal rights. That's it. One Palestine, Israel, call it whatever the hell you want, right? One state with equal rights for all. That's it. Imagine 84,000 tons in 15 minutes. Yeah, horrendous. Zionist Israel, the most deprived society in all of human history. Never forget, 8 out of 10 Israelis you meet wanted to genocide Gaza harder, and they were okay with imprisoning, torturing men, women, and children, and raping them as they videotape themselves and sharing that with the world. 8 out of 10 Israelis are okay with brutalizing, torturing, raping men, women, and children. 8 out of 10 Israelis. Never forget that. So next time you're traveling, you meet an Israeli, ask them, are you part of the 85%? Are you part of the 85%? Deep Flake, how are you doing? They'll buy Russian oil, but it's been branded as another oil. Yeah, 100%. Everybody's just saying shit. Like these politicians, these governments, all of the stuff is just talking points now. They're saying shit for the media. Everything else going on in the background could be the exact opposite of what they're saying. So don't believe anything that's being said now. Everything is behind the curtains. What's really taking place? The only way you know what's happening, the only way you can tell what's happening is by watching money flow, right? I'll give you one example. Right? Israel's credit rating has dropped 3 levels in the last 2 years. Actually dropped 4 levels. It skipped over one of them, right? It went from AAA to AAA minus, skipped over a double B, went to triple B with a negative outlook. It went from AAA positive outlook to triple B negative outlook. That means the credit rating is going down further and further. That means any money that Israel is borrowing is going to be they're going to be paying higher interest rates, and when they start falling in their credit rating, it means there's a high probability that they're going to default on their debts. Who's going to default on their debt? Israel's going to default on their debt, but it's covered by the United States. So that means the United States is going to default on Israel's debt, which means the United States is going to be defaulting on their own debt. Israel's credit rating, smart money is betting that Zionism is going to fail. Okay, they're going in that direction. Okay. Chameleon eyes, what percent of that 85% is Jews? Because Israel is like 20% non-Jews. I don't think Israel's 20% non-Jews anymore. All right. It was, but I got a feeling it's not anymore. Okay. Aside from that, let's say 85% of the Jews, so-called Jews, but they're not really Jews, they're European Zionists, wanted to genocide Gaza harder. So if you meet an Arab Israeli, first thing you should ask them is, are you Zionist? Right? If they say no, you're in the clear. It's like a Boolean probability algorithm thing, right? So you meet an Israeli, ask them, are you Zionist? Are you Arab? If they say yes, I'm Arab, you ask them, are you Zionist? If they say they're not Zionist, then they probably didn't want to genocide Gaza harder, right? You ask them, are you Arab? If they say no, Christian, you ask them, are you Zionist Christian? If they say Zionist Christian, then 85% probability they want to genocide Gaza harder. You meet an Israeli, you ask him, are you Arab? They say no. You ask him, are you Christian? They say no. You ask them, are you Jewish? They say yes. Then you ask them, are you part of the 85%? Chameleon eyes. What I'm saying is 95+% of that 85% is going to be Jewish. Yeah. We could do it. We could do the 95% and 85%. Multiply it together, right? But that's going too far mathematics realm, right? Citizen 6, from the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother till man exists no more. I remember this poem from the Omen, so true now. From the movie Omen? That was a scary movie. Strong gaze going off on cryptos on BitChute. Holy crap, Bitcoin is crashing. Oh no, Bitcoin and SpaceX are fake and gay. Hilarious. Deep Flake Chycho, is taking up cigars a good way to quit vaping? Probably not. Cigars is still nicotine consumption even without lung inhale. Yeah. Like for me, you've noticed, I mean, the smoking season is done. and the drinking season is done. So I'm drinking tea. I'm not really drinking alcohol anymore. I'm not smoking cigars. So I go through, you know, I treat drinking and cigars sort of as a seasonal thing. But I wouldn't recommend taking on a new vice to deal with another vice, right? Not the best idea. Not the best idea. Okay. Not the best idea. Jeremiah on censorship. When Saudi Arabia and UAE and maybe even Iran are secularizing more, the Middle East can have a chance of economic development, which fosters peace by a common interest. In large part, I agree with you, but they have to deal with Zionist Israel first, because Zionist Israel wants to build the Greater Israel project, right? So once you deal with Zionist Israel, the Middle East will find peace. Okay, deal with Zionist Israel, peace will come. Let the cancer remain there, it's gonna blow sky high. Have you quit nicotine addiction before? Any tips? Yeah, I have. There was a period where in the 90s I was going to Cuba. I went to Cuba 5 times in the 90s. I was bringing back boxes of cigars. There was a period there where I was smoking 3, at least one of them was a Hoyo de Monterrey Double Corona, and then larger cigars, strong cigars. I was smoking 3 cigars, Cuban cigars a day, and I did that for about a month, 2 months or something like this. And then I realized I was smoking too many cigars. Is when I was driving my I had a Pathfinder at the time. I had a Hoyo de Monterrey double Corona in my mouth, holding it, and I was parallel parking. And I looked myself in the mirror with this gigantic cigar, and it was like, what time was it? It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that was my 3rd cigar, right? And I looked, I parked the car. I went, oh yeah, I'm smoking way too much, right? And that was the last cigar I smoked. I smoked that one, and then I didn't smoke a cigar for a month or 2 months, and I could feel it. I really, because I had a humidor, large humidor box, humidor with tons of cigars, some of the best cigars in the world, right? Rated #1, right? That right now each cigar would cost you, I don't know what it would cost you, like $200 a cigar or something, like nothing crazy. Like you can't even get those cigars, right? It was really hard not to go back to it. And then I smoked. I started, you know, I would smoke, you know, 1 a week or something, and then I went seasonal. I decided to go seasonal with it, and that keeps me honest, right? Lark Bark, hello Chycho and everyone, and good afternoon, Lark Bark. Sona, cigar ingestion is totally different than vaping cannabis. Yeah, it's totally different thing. It's a totally different thing. Cigars for me is sort of form of meditation, and I don't do it often, right? Seasonal in the, you know, whatever. They're doing the construction. They're doing construction. Gang, any Sarah McLachlan fans here? Replace it with something else, X says. Replace it with exercise, right? Replace it with cooking. Anybody like Sarah McLachlan? Bear Face Mouse says, who? Sarah McLachlan, come on. Cigars are not cigarettes either. Cigars are not cigarettes either. Don't inhale cigars. What's your take on AI bubble? Short the shit out of it. Well, family bought puts on Nvidia. What are we in? Today is Wednesday. Family bought puts on Nvidia, I believe last Friday. The puts are doing pretty good. I think the Nvidia bubble is about to pop. Dangerous game to play, but short. AI is a serious bubble, and it's going to take down a shit ton of stuff. It's the AI bubble is like Norton Networks, okay, from the late 1990s, early 2000, the bubble bursting there. Norton Networks, it was a bubble in the sense that all the profits that were being made, it was all on paper, and it was money being handed from one company to another company, and then the chain broke where suppliers couldn't pay, they went bankrupt, and everything else had a ripple effect going. So $10 billion deal really was $1,000 billion in the books. Like, it was crazy. Oh yeah, from the 90s. Yeah, yeah, Larry Park, Sarah McLachlan. I'm gonna go see your Sarah McLachlan tonight. My partner loves her, so she bought us tickets to go see. Chameleon Eyes. I don't think it's actually a bubble because there's no chance AI can't become profitable because of the things it can do. When will it become profitable? How much of that AI investment is bunk investment, right? For sure, it's a bubble. It's a bubble. It doesn't mean AI is not valid. AI doesn't have applications, but it's a bubble. It's a fucking enormous bubble, enormous bubble. It's just a matter of time. When does it become profitable? 5 years or 10 years? So how long is this? So are the evaluations in the companies 10 years out without any mistakes, anything changing, any competition coming out? Like, the stock prices on a lot of these companies are based on what they're going to be making 5 years, like you said, 5 years, 10 years from now, if everything goes perfect without competition. Good luck with that. How much higher is it going to go? I don't know. So no, my girlfriend saw Sarah last year ago and loved it. Nice, nice, nice. Looking forward to it. I liked her remixes in the 90s. Danced a lot to that stuff. Right? Meow. That was Sal, by the way, meowing. AI is part of our life for a long time already. Email spams, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, yeah. And it's machine learning. It's not true AI, right? Jeremiah, maybe AI is being developed slower than there is expected in the hype, and so too much money is going into it indiscriminately, 100%, and being wasted and being laundered and paying for lavish lifestyles and forming bogus companies and propping up stock shares. It's a bubble. It's great, one of the greatest bubbles there is, or there has been. Herpedorf, I think AI will go the way of internet bubble, transformative, but getting ahead of itself currently. That said, bubbles can grow for a long time before they pop, 100%. But I think it's, families betting that Nvidia peaked. Already the puts that we have is plus 30%, so up 30% since last week. Okay, 25 to 30%. Could it change tomorrow? Sure, but I'm betting it's gonna the stock is gonna go down and the margin is gonna increase. Okay, you can tell that people are scared right now because the premiums on options, puts and calls has increased. Okay, so now, and we will go along with it. Addicted to entertainment. We see. Fun stuff. Whew. We went hardcore. Speedy Gonzalez style. What else has been going on? Oh yeah, Putin welcoming the ISIS head chopper in Moscow and Russia. Vomit inducing, right? Fixed gear. I am very scared and excited because it makes my job much fun and easier. Nice. What's your job? Chocolate chips. Who needs the dough? Chameleon eyes. So you're saying, yeah, it'll have applications, but the valuation isn't really right because of the amount of uncertainty about when it will become profitable and at what margins. Yeah, when and if it will become profitable. A lot of the applications won't become profitable, right? Something else would have to be built on top of it to make it profitable, right? And ad revenue is not going to keep on going up. Ad revenues I think all those models that are based on ad revenues are gonna fizzle out. So no, thank you for the conversation, show. My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you guys as well. Keeps us sane, right? But most of the bubble is data infrastructure. Yeah, that part as well. Like a shit ton of money is being put in right now to build all these data centers, right? Like tons of money. Now those data centers consume electricity and water. A lot of electricity, a lot of water, right? Okay, we have water shortages many places, and electricity, a lot of electricity in the world still produced by coal, right? Is solar going to be able to provide a lot of that electricity? Not the amount of electricity they're consuming. What are these data centers processing? All this information. Difficult. And China is going to surpass Western technology in terms of processing, semiconductor, just tech in general. So if they're producing tech which is going to be a generation faster, better than what we have in the West, are those AI centers reasonable to build on that scale right now? I mean, just imagine how much it costs you to buy a computer in the 1990s and its processing speed to what it costs you now with infinitely more powerful processing, right? What if something new comes along that makes what they're building now pale in comparison, right? Chameleon eyes. Oh, so there is like a deadline in terms of how fast. Oh yeah, I heard that. Herpetor, fun fact: silver SLV has returned more in 1 month, 25%, than the S&P SP has returned in 6 months from the lows of the April crash. 24%. Yeah, we know families invested in silver and gold. We've been saying invest in silver and gold for a while now, right? Silver in the last year has gone up 75%, 76% or something like this, and in the last month 25% in a month, right? Is it overextended? Under normal circumstances I would say yes, and it still could be. It could do a correction, right? If it does, family's going to load up more, hopefully, right? But I think gold and silver are telling us something, that the war drums are pounding harder and harder because this is a safe haven. And don't forget, China has built 2 centers right now, as far as I know, one in Hong Kong, one in Saudi Arabia, where mega corporations and countries can settle their trade in gold, right? In gold. So US dollar is the world's top reserve currency. Euro was second. It's no longer second. Second is gold now. Euro is third. Euro is on its way out as a reserve currency because euro is fucking done, right? So gold at some point will surpass the US dollar as the world's reserve asset to settle trade, international trade in. China has already set the motion, set it all in motion. They have a hub in Hong Kong, I believe. I believe they have a hub in Shanghai too as well. They have 2 hubs in Asia, I believe, and they just built one in Saudi Arabia. Why? Oil. So they're going to buy oil from Saudi Arabia in gold, right? Settle it in gold, gold back. Man, fucking huge changes coming through. Huge changes coming through. Herpedorp is going parabolic. The chart is hilarious. Well, parabolic on a linear scale. If it goes parabolic on a logarithmic scale, yeah, full on bubble. Bitcoin, by the way, as far as I know, is the only asset or digital asset or means to conduct trade. It's the only it's the only thing you could have invested in that has gone parabolic on a log scale 3 times. Nothing else has gone parabolic on a log scale 3 times, right? Not a linear scale, on a log scale 3 times. Personally, I think Bitcoin is we're short Robinhood, right? Is it wise to invest in gold online? No, I don't know the instruments. Mining companies, sure, their profits in this coming quarter, fuck, well, gold and silver mining companies, as soon as they start reporting this quarter, they're gonna blow away their earnings estimate. Like they're just gonna fucking blow it away. My guess is they're gonna give out one-time dividends to shareholders because they got money coming up the yin yang right now. Like they got more money than they know what to do with right now. Silver has gone up 25% last month, 75% year to date, right? 75% year to date, right? So all those analysts that did estimates of gold, silver mining companies, they weren't expecting silver to break through the all-time high this year. They were expecting silver to go up to like 36, 37. It's a fucking 51, 52. What do you think those earnings are going to be? They're going to blow them out of the water. What's going to happen to the mining company stocks when they blow them out of the water? Well, there's going to be a pump, right? And then they might settle down again. But if the war drums keep on pounding, gold and silver aren't going to take a break. They're going to continue like this or consolidate and then go up again, consolidate stepwise, right? It is what it is. I was talking to someone over the summer. I mentioned this during another during a live stream when we did that. I went to a festival, and I know a pretty heavy duty crypto investor that's been in it for a long time, right? Huge whale, right? And we were talking, and I said, look, it's time to lighten the load on Bitcoin and cryptos and start accumulating gold and silver in a big way, right? And he was saying, no, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. There will come a time to do that, and then you can stay in gold and silver for about a year, but it's not time yet. Bitcoin's going to go a lot higher. Since that time, silver has already gone up. Summer, fuck, I don't know, 50% since that time. Bitcoin is stagnant, right? So he would have been wise to transfer to gold and silver, right? Got Monero. Oh, first rule about Bitcoin or cryptos: don't talk about cryptos. What are cryptos? What's a Monero? Chameleon. But silver has rapidly growing industrial use, unlike gold. Silver does indeed. Silver is smaller, tradable instead of flaking off gold pieces where they're doing in Venezuela. But gold has become money again. So gold has not industrial use but financial use. It's being used to settle trade, right? So don't dismiss gold because, oh, it's just a pretty shiny little thing. No, it's been given value by governments and corporations that they can settle their trade in gold, right? That has way more value than fiat currency. So gold has utility as well. Silver has utility, industrial use and all this jazz, right? But gold has utility in financial as well as industrial, very little, right? My cat's name, we've got two cats. One is called Sal, the other one's called Via. Our cats are Salvia. Elder God, I'm currently attending a court case about an alleged murderer last year by an inmate who stabbed an immigrant hotel worker 38 times with a screwdriver who was walking home in Walsall. Oh man, what the fuck. Salam alaikum, chycho. Salut ADK. I never know how to pronounce your name. I settled on something, but I can't remember what. Ku 79. Chameleon does, yeah, I get that. Just wondering how that fact that silver has industrial utility affects the status as a reserve currency. It doesn't affect us the status as a reserve currency. It affects the status as right now as a poor man's gold for trade, right? So it's for daily use. Okay, it's only a mile from my pub. Oh god, that's brutal, elder god, right? It's not a reserve currency, it's an asset. Silver and gold are money. Okay, they're money. They're not fiat currency, they're money. Okay, you want to call it asset, you can call it asset. What you doing? This one is via. What do you want? Hi, come on, you want to come up again? No. Via's back. Look, Via. Squish. What is it? Huh? He's a bird killer. He killed 2 birds in 1 week a couple of weeks ago. A little bugger. Try to get him not to kill birds, but birds. That's a cool cat. It's a cool cat. We love them. They're both awesome. They're both awesome. He's looking for something. Gang, let's call the stream. Let's call the stream. Okay. We're going to try to get the Wednesday streams going on a regular basis, set up a regular schedule. So Sundays we do streams, Wednesdays we'll try to do a stream. Okay. Via has been caught squishing 2 times. Oh my god, love it. Love it. Herpedor to Chameleon Eyes. Likely investors think silver is undervalued versus gold, and it is. If you look up a gold silver ratio chart, you'll see the ratio has been elevated in the past 5 to 10 years compared to historically. Yeah, and the silver market is way smaller than the gold market. So if all of a sudden you see a lot of money going to silver, silver just goes whoa, goes up, right? Chycho Bofeld. Via the great bird murderer. Yeah, my cat's reacting. Is he? Nice. Kitty cats talk to each other. Thoughts on Isaac Asimov? Isaac Asimov, fantastic. I've read some of his short stories, and a lot of TV series and stuff have been based on Isaac Asimov's work, right? So fantastic, amazing sci-fi writer and social critic, right? Societal critic of who we are, where we're headed, right? Rare earth elements and copper too, I guess. Yeah, all resources are all commodities. And who benefits the most out of all this? Russia, the greatest, largest commodity producer, resource producer in the world, right? It's amazing. It's incredible. Used to be higher. It's on the lower end now. Yeah, it was around 100 sometimes, and now 85. Yeah, it historically it's over time period it's much lower as well, right? Much lower as well. Gang, let's close with likes. Gang, yeah, thank you, all the god. Gang, on your way out, like the stream, share the stream. Thank you for being here. For all of you that are supporting this work in whatever capacity you're supporting this work, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for being here, participating in discussions, pro or con, doesn't matter. We like you being here and opening up the discourse. Okay, and Yangs, salute to the mods, salute to the mods. Thank you for having our backs and taking care of a community, gang. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you guys most likely on Sunday, possibly comic book hall. Okay, possibly comic book hall. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the world chills, nothing blows up sky high that we have to deal with. Okay, bye everyone. Salute. Fun time.